North Korea leader reportedly heading to Russia to meet Putin. North Korea's leader Kim Jong-un is reportedly heading to Vladivostok, Russia for a summit with President Vladimir Putin. The meeting is expected to take place as early as Tuesday local time. This will be Kim's first international trip in more than 4 years and the first since the pandemic. Russia will likely ask North Korea for conventional arms, including artillery shells and rocket artillery munitions, in exchange for food and raw materials, and continuing support at international forums like the United Nations. It is thought that Russia might need 122mm and 152mm shells because its stocks are running low. But it's not easy to determine North Korea's full artillery inventory given its secretive nature. The summit comes at a time when both Russia and North Korea have things that the other country wants. This will be an interesting meeting. Let's see if it gets sabotaged by the West or whether they just allow it to go through. It's very hard to tell what's going to happen in these days due to the fact that everything is propaganda and most of the media just seems to bash Russia. So it's a very, very delicate situation. Let's see what comes out of this. A master's degree is not enough to find a job in China. The high youth unemployment rate in China has reached a record high of 21.3% in June of 2023. Many young people are struggling to find jobs despite having degrees, and employers are increasingly demanding at least a master's degree for office jobs, even when the position hardly justifies it. Among the many challenges faced by young job seekers are mismatch in skills and expectations between youth and employers. Rising youth unemployment could pose a risk to China's social and political stability, and there are also ramifications on China's economy. The authorities have rolled out various measures to boost youth employment, but the situation remains challenging. In my opinion, the situation is not going to change because China is in a complete economic downward spiral, and this is not going to be solved overnight, nor is it going to be solved in the next couple of years. And the main reason for this is because China is a one-man, one-country policy, whereby one man runs the whole country, and right now, until the CCP is removed and replaced by a more democratic leadership, nothing's going to change in China as the way things are going right now. Amazon customer warns about alleged scam that's hard to notice when shopping online. An Amazon customer warns that Amazon can't be trusted to deliver non-counterfeit products anymore. The customer explains that Amazon assumes all products are genuine and all sellers are providing legit products, even though counterfeit products exist. As a result, all product inventory likely gets lumped together regardless of the seller. So when you order from any of these sellers, even those selling legitimate products, there's a 20% chance you'll end up with counterfeits. The customer advises using Amazon to find a brand you like and then going to the brand's own webpage to buy it to ensure you're getting legitimate non-counterfeit products. This problem is not just a problem that is being faced by Amazon. Basically, every online platform that sells products will face this problem. El Salvador's Education Ministry introduces Bitcoin learning in schools. The Ministry of Education in El Salvador has launched a pilot program to teach Bitcoin in schools. The program, which began on the second anniversary of the Bitcoin law, plans to teach 150 public school teachers about Bitcoin, who will then transfer the knowledge to their students. The program is supported by My First Bitcoin and Bitcoin Beach and aims to bring Bitcoin education to every school in the country by 2024. My First Bitcoin is an education NGO and non-profit that has taught over 25,000 in-person, in-country students since its launch in 2021. The NGO also developed the 10-week Bitcoin Diploma program, which has been a wild success and has been independently taught globally. My First Bitcoin also works with grassroots education projects in over 20 nations to share their open source materials and best practices. This looks like a very good step forward for El Salvador. As more people in the country becomes educated about Bitcoin, maybe there might be a future after all. India working on 5-point crypto legislation as ban is ruled out. India is working on a 5-point crypto legislative framework based on the joint recommendation of the International Monetary Fund and the Financial Stability Board that could result in legal legislation in the next 5 to 6 months. The framework includes setting up advanced Know Your Customer for crypto companies, requiring crypto platforms to release proof of reserve audits on a real-time basis to regulators, implementing a uniform taxation policy across the nation, allowing crypto exchanges to gain the same status as authorized dealers under the guidelines of the Reserve Bank of India, and making key positions mandatory, such as money laundering reporting officer for crypto platforms. The IMF FSB crypto recommendations call for regulating the crypto market rather than a blanket ban. India and other G20 nations welcome the recommendations, and India has called for a global approach to crypto regulations for a while. This is a good step forward. What I don't seem to understand is why is it the traditional banking system does not have this much scrutiny and this much regulations to enforce certain things that can cause banks to go bankrupt. It does not make sense that banks that is supposed to be regulated are going bankrupt, while cryptocurrencies and crypto services are the ones being regulated to death. It seems as though the FSB and the IMF are afraid of cryptocurrencies, and that is why they are over-regulating this space versus actually paying attention to the current banking system, which is completely corrupt and completely unregulated. Thank you for staying till the end of the video. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Take care.